Carlton got the 4 points. Not entirely sure Michael Voss would be overly thrilled with the win, but a win's a win.
Yeah, and it was, and this was a brilliant battle. So you got Charlie Curnow up against Mac Andrew, and I thought Mac Andrew had him covered for most of the game, and he's a third quarter specialist, Charlie Curnow, and they moved him off Charlie Curnow at one point, and he went berserk, kicked a couple of goals, had another shot, probably should have kicked that, but the momentum shifted in this third quarter, and Charlie Curnow, like, he can do nothing for about half a game, and then all of a sudden he only needs 5 to 8 minutes to... He did it in the opening round against Brisbane, hadn't hardly touched it, and then got Carlton back in the game. So what a player he is. And Mac Andrew, he's going to be the most exciting talent coming through I've seen in a long time. The way he handles the football, the way he's third man in, the way he plays on an opponent, and he's used to the ball too. So I was surprised they moved him off him.
I think Kane's been ahead of his time on ruckman and the way it works. We saw Grundy and Gorm was a disaster. You talk about Darcy and Jackson. So Darcy comes back into the team. Jackson went right off, couldn't get into the game, and the reverse of that is Pitnet goes out through injury, and how did it help Tom De Koning? So Tom De Koning got 6 possessions against the Sydney Swans with Pitnet in the side last week. He goes out of the team, and we see what this guy is capable of. 25 disposals, 10 clearances, 8 score involvements.
Well, you've been big on this. I mean, you actually forecast this during the week on the Wednesday version of the Footy Classified program. And why is it that you can see it and maybe sometimes people at footy clubs don't?
I'm not sure, Damo, whether you sort of invest in players and you have a liking to players, but to me, he is the future. He's the prototype of what you want in a ruckman. Mark Pitnet, you know you're going to get a big body and a strong player, but this kid just needs to be played in his best position, and Pitnet should be there as backup, in my opinion.
Gold Coast will probably do what they always do, go back to the Gold Coast and think they did okay, but I just cannot ever see them changing until they win and claim a scalp that they're not meant to. Now, they've got 6 wins this year, and that looks really nice on a ladder position. There's 6 wins and 5 losses. Obviously, the Geelong win, they're currently sitting 5th. They've tapered off since that moment. But
no Cameron, no Hawkins in that game.
No Cameron, no Hawkins in that game, and I just don't see anything different. We keep getting told they're on the right track. We keep getting told the numbers that equate to good high-end performances are there, but they don't, Kane, ever see it, in my eyes anyway.
No, they couldn't be happy with that performance. You do lose a little bit of trust in them. I know you said Michael Voss might not have been happy. I think he'd be thrilled with that performance with the injuries that the Blues had. The Gold Coast have been going really well. You get Carlton at a good time. They had 138 less disposals and 60 less marks than Carlton. Yeah, that was a complete smashing. So, I mean, it does dent your confidence. And they'll say they're a young group, the coach is new, but I thought he got his tactics wrong.
But don't forget, they've set finals and they've got one of the easier fixtures.
They've got the easiest fixtures.
And
they should be playing finals from the position that they're in.
But do you agree with me in that they just don't win against a team that is above them on the ladder?
Away from home.
Away from home.
Yeah, I think that's...
When you say the easiest, why was Damien Hardwick complaining about travel through the week?
Well, that was bizarre as well, because you didn't hear him complaining when he was at Richmond.
Well, you did. He was complaining about playing at Marvel Stadium.
What did you say through the week on Clip?
He'd complain laying on a deck chair in Vegas. Drinking a mojito or something, you know.
Hey,
so that's why I
I tell you what,
I take it as it is.
I tell you what, we're all both excited and nervous about what caught my eye. Everyone seems to be very happy with what's coming up very shortly.
I just need a little bit of support. So just get behind me.
After you just slapped me down about Voss, you're not getting any support.
I just think, I think it was a great win. I think we've got to say to Carlton, that was a really good win against a side that was in good form with the injuries that they've got, and they needed it.
OK, let's take a look at the Blues' performance against the Suns, and Michael Voss would have been absolutely thrilled with this performance.
He was. So let's have a look at the stat board. And Charlie Curnow kicked 4. Zach Williams has moved forward and kicked 4. Ben King kicked 3. Walsh 32, Cripps 31. Akers 26, and that tells the story. Miller 21 and Anderson 21. So going into this game, they ranked number 3, the Gold Coast Suns, at restricting the opposition football. The Blues ranked number 4, so it's going to be interesting to see who kept that up. The Blues were plus 138 in disposals, so one side come and won the football and restricted the other, and Paddy Cripps was brilliant. So he played head-to-head with Matty Rowell for pretty much most of the game, had 31 disposals, kept Matty Rowell to 15, who's a contested B. So plus 138, that's where the game was won and lost, because they are very similar through their midfield, but Carlton just got the job done and got under the skipper.
Yeah, he's huge. Cripps, 10 clearances at half-time, amazing performance, and Rowell tries. I mean, he still had 15 tackles on the night, but Zach Williams, so this is where Michael Voss has been a bit creative. He's gone forward and he's stuck with it at times. He looked a bit lost, I thought, with it. What is his position? But to get 4 goals out of him in a big game like that, what a bonus that is. So credit to Michael Voss with the injuries. No Martin in the side, no Motlop in the side, so he's had to rejuvenate the forward structure somewhat. And Zach's put his hand up and gone forward with a match-winning performance. Huge game Thursday night, Lordo.
Oh.
Carlton and Port Adelaide's going to be
over in Adelaide.
Yes.
Yeah. So have you guys got your head around where Carlton is at the moment?
I think with a full squad, I think they're around the 3 to 5 mark.
Powerful midfield.
Yeah, powerful, yeah. But limited at times, limited with breakaway speed and also the Curnow, Mackay. So I think they're it's predictable at times.
Yep. I think we all love a goal celebration, and we got a really good one yesterday.
This was
Lloyd
great.
Johnson's effort after this goal in the first quarter, and out of nowhere just managed to do the backflip unannounced, and the infectious nature with which he plays footy, it's really taking hold. He spoke beautifully the previous week after getting a good game up there in Darwin, and his backstory, TJ, it's one of the good ones in footy this year.
From Waterboy?
Basically, he worked his way through the lower ranks of the club, and now he's out there kicking goals and celebrating like that.
And just an inspiration for any young footballer. You can sort of develop. You don't need to sort of necessarily go through, the Eastern Ranges, that type of thing, and fulfil your dream. It's a magnificent story, and what a weekend to do it in.
Absolutely. And the votes, I thought Paddy Cripps was the best man on the ground, so I gave him a 9. De Koning, you spoke about him, Lordo, was the #1 ruck, 25 disposals. Zach Williams to go forward and kick 4 in a low-scoring game. And Curnow, I thought, broke the game open in the third term.